exam season is finally over, and you know, most people usually go on vacation or some shit, but I decided to get a Steam Deck. And after using it for about 2 weeks now, I have a few thoughts that I want to share about the battery, the performance, the SD card, the storage in general, and last but not least, the price. So here's how that's been going. Oh my god, look at the fingerprints. So I have the 512GB model, and it's obviously the LCD one, which means the battery is kind of worse than the OLED model, but honestly I haven't had any problems with the battery. Also, I got it secondhand. I didn't get it from the official Steam site. They're usually not available, you know what I mean, right? So first of all, let's talk about size, because coming from the Nintendo Switch Lite, I thought it was gonna be very huge and not be comfortable to hold at all. But I'm here to tell you that these grips, they changed my life. These are so comfortable to hold. It feels like you're holding a controller, which is really nice. And obviously, as you can see, the Switch doesn't have anything, it's really flat. So that means that you can play this and not get tired at all. And yeah, I mean, it's a bit bigger, but sometimes, I don't know, I get focused on the gameplay and I'm like, I mean, that's not too bad. It's not too big. So yeah, the size is perfectly fine. Second thing I want to talk about is the battery. Obviously, mileage is gonna vary. I've heard that people have a lot of problems with the battery. Thankfully, I'm not one of them, because what I do is simply just have the Wi-Fi turned off because it eats battery. I mean, unless I want to play something online or, you know, use the Steam store. But what I always do is limit my TDP. I rarely exceed it over 10, because if I do, yeah, I'm gonna get better FPS. The battery is gonna go down really fast. Also, because the screen is only 720p, even if I lower the graphics, I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference on the graphics, but I'm actually gonna tell the difference on the battery life. So what I do is limit the TDP to like 7 or 8, and just keep the graphics to the lowest or medium, depends on the game. I completed Psychonauts on this thing with like 6 or 5 watts, I don't remember, but I could play for so long. Even Portal or Half-Life. I don't have the graphics to the highest, not because it can't do it. It can do it, but I want to extend the battery as much as I can. So yeah, that's my tip, if you want to call it that, is just to keep the TDP under 10 watts and then you'll be just fine. So now let's head over to the storage. Like I said before, I have the 512GB model. Obviously you can upgrade up to 2TB, I think. And I have plenty of games installed and I still have lots of storage left. I also added 128GB storage of SD card. So what I do on the SD card is install older games like Fallout New Vegas, or just older PS2 games, or like emulators and stuff. You know, the more demanding games like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the SSD. So it can access the files faster or whatever. But yeah, I had no problems with the SD card. This much storage for me again is just way too much, because I also don't want to have multiple games installed, because I don't know what I'll play next. And I just get confused and I just play nothing later. A lot of people mention that once they get their Steam Deck, they actually get to play games and not just browse their library on the PC like everybody does. I'm like, there's no way this is true. And I'm here to tell you again that it is true. I completed Psychonauts like the first week that I got it, and I didn't expect to complete a game because I haven't done that in so many months. I actually managed to complete Psychonauts. I have like 18 hours. And yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, most Steam Deck games run perfectly out of the box, but some older games like Psychonauts or Max Payne, they might need some configuration, which is really easy to do, and there's like tons and tons of videos on YouTube and Reddit. Now let's quickly go through the display. I have the LCD model, and yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's really bright, so you can still play it outside with no problems. But yeah, I don't really like the glossy touch that it has. It can get pretty reflective, especially if you're under lots of lights. But it's perfectly fine. It's very usable. But you know, it's nothing special. It's just a 720p LCD screen. Now let's talk about performance. As you've seen, this thing pretty much runs everything. Cyberpunk. I've seen people run Expedition 33. I've seen people run Windows on it and still get a decent performance. I mean, not the optimal performance, but you know, a playable performance, which is crazy. And here's the thing, I don't really wanna push my Steam Deck to the limit, cause I don't think I have to. I've found to enjoy older games much more than the newer ones, like I said, Psychonauts. Also, Dead Rising has been way too much fun on this thing, and Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is kind of newer, more demanding title, but it still runs way too smooth. You know, we used to play on the PlayStation 2 with 1520 frames, so being able to play at the 720p screen, 60 FPS, any game that I want, I'm really satisfied with that. And it's not here to replace your computer. If you want to play something newer with your friends online that has anti-cheat, obviously you're gonna need your PC. The Steam Deck is portable, you can really take it anywhere with you, so that's where it wins. But again, it's not here to replace your computer, it's just here to have a secondary device. So if you don't want to play on your desktop because you're too bored, or you just don't want to sit and you just want to lay on your bed or outside on your balcony, the Steam Deck is just like, it's perfect for that reason. So let's talk about the pricing. I got mine for around 200 euros without shipping and all that. For what you're getting for a pretty low price, you get a full gaming PC in your hands. It's really worth it. I have over 170 games on my Steam library, so I'm never gonna run out of games. And even if I do, I still have my emulation, which is also really easy to set up, by the way. Don't let it frighten you. It really does feel like a console. Like, you just set it up, sign in with your Steam account, and you're set. You can play anything you want. I mean, obviously you're gonna need to configure some stuff from time to time, but it's really easy and there are so many tutorials on the internet. After 2 weeks of using the Steam Deck, I'm really impressed. It's not perfect, obviously, but nothing is perfect. The battery for me is fine, but you know, obviously it will change depending on what games you play. The screen could be a bit better, I guess, but still I'm very satisfied. But everything else is just pretty much very good for me, almost perfect. It's literally like carrying your Steam library in your pocket. So if you've been thinking of picking one up in 2025, I'd say go for it, especially now that the prices are starting to drop on second-hand models. So, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts if you have a Steam Deck or if you're planning to get one. I'd really like to listen to your opinions. And yeah, till next time, see you then.